Khalil, nice to talk to you again, man.
What's
Nice to talk
Excited.
to
up?
you as well. What's good? What's
We're
good?
live. We are live. We're just chatting it up. I
What's
am
up?
so excited today. I'm going to be introducing a very special guest, Kaleel.
Woo, woo.
Whoop, whoop. He's 25 years old. He is a hairstylist. You can find him anywhere between Atlanta and Dallas doing some of the finest hair. If you follow him on Instagram, you can also see him throw down some raps and maybe give you a little comedic relief. I have loved following you on Instagram, Khalil. What's up?
I
What's
love that.
good? Thank you guys for having me today. Like it was, I don't know, our first time meeting was great. So I'm glad to be here today and to be talking with you again in a more formal setting. Well, business
Yeah,
casual setting.
business
you
casual,
know?
whatever. Yeah, this is what we
Yeah.
call our coffee break. So, we drink coffee, we catch up once a week around 10. Me and Michael either just talk about shop stuff or bring on friends and get to know your story a little better. So today we want to hear about, your story and kind of your come up in the industry.
Okay. Okay. And you just wanted me to just talk about it.
Bro, you can
Just
talk,
tell you.
you can share. We can ask you some questions. Yeah, if you have
Okay.
anything you want to kind of open up with.
Um, well, I can say that my passions from hair came from baby dolls when I was
Okay.
like, I want to say 5 or 6. My grandma, she used to buy these dolls for all the granddaughters in the family, but she brought the grandsons action figures.
Yeah.
That wasn't my stilo. You know what I'm saying? Like I kind of like both of them, and I kind of would use the action figure with the Barbie doll and make them like a family and stuff like that. But I always want to, I always would want to do like the baby doll's hair and dress her up, and I still wanted to do the action figure stuff, like fits on two, like cars, and act like I'm saving the day or whatever the case may be. So I always had like both, but that's kind of how my life is now. I'm kind of like both. So like I'm not only a hairstylist, I work on cars. I'm like the handyman. I dance, getting some comedic relief, as you said before. But I went to school. I went to school for elementary education in college and graduated, went through that for 5 years and moved here to Dallas, Texas, pursuing that elementary education degree. However, 2 months after, I knew that I couldn't do that for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So I kind of, tunnel vision myself back into hair. It's something that I always wanted to do, something that I always watched. Some of my, people that I've inspired by, on their lives, on their pages, on Instagram and stuff like that. And my mom used to do hair growing up as well,
Hmm.
but that wasn't in my head so dominant as seeing people that I would, be watching, like going through college and stuff. So I wasn't remembering so much about my mom or
Hmm.
whatever the case may be. But I want to say the week after I quit teaching, I had a dream.
Okay.
And in that dream, it was like a white hallway. It was like pure white. And I seen my mom doing this client's hair, and it was this room. I could see the outline of the room, but you can't really see what's in the room. I don't know. It's a dream type
Yeah,
thing. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Those weird things that happen in a dream. Um, but yeah, I couldn't see it. And I was sitting in this hallway, just looking at her, just like glazing at her. And I just wake up out of my sleep crying just for no reason. It was nothing scary. It was just a very soft spot.
Yeah.
Like it was like a button almost. It was like somebody's pressing the button, like cry Kaleel, cry Kaleel, cry Kaleel. And I'm just waking up like, what the world is going on? So I called my mom and to come find out that she was doing hair and she was doing it on this street that we used to live on called Shan Street. So we both said that, the name of the street, the address of the house at the same time. And I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? What if my aspirations come from when I was just a little boy? You know what I'm saying? Why
Wow.
haven't I not been pursuing this craft? Because I feel like I could be so much further, but I am in the right place where I'm supposed to be at right now. So I'm not tripping about it or whatever. But that's how I got into hair. And
Dang.
I've been doing hair since July, not July 2020. That's when I moved here. Since October 2020.
Okay.
And I have been loving it since. I've been fully invested. You know what I'm saying? And it took me a while to get fully invested in something. This is the first thing that I've ever made it a year mark to, like had a year anniversary with, consistency and stuff like that. So I really know like this is something for me because it's still
Yeah.
ongoing and it's still putting a smile on my face and it's still making an impact to others. So I know I'm in the right field.
Best job
So
ever,
that's where I
right?
am. The best.
Love that,
It's
man.
literally the best job ever. I
That's
love it.
what's
That's a
up.
beautiful story.
Thank you. Thank you.
What you got?
Yeah.
But
You got
yeah,
some? You got something from that, Michael?
No, I love that. I can relate with that. I was like, all of my cousins were females, so there were always lots of Barbie dolls around, and I always had like all the Ninja Turtle action figures and all that. So
hmm
I would kind of have a family of like a Ninja Turtle and like a Barbie, and I would brush its hair and same stuff.
Yeah.
So I love that you're going back to some of your childhood sort of aspirations and inspirations and leaning into that. I think that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful story. Are you still like do you have any other creative things that have been a part of your life that you're sort of incorporating into hair in this moment? Like, what are some things that like have helped you through kind of your journey, maybe that you've done, whether it's been teaching or whether it's been comedy or whether it's been whatever it is? How are those things sort of being integrated into the hair world
the
for you?
hair world for me. That's crazy that you say that, because I still incorporate what I did for 5 years. I said I paid for this education. I'm going to incorporate it some type of way. So that's how I came up with the name Professor, Lace Professor. So
Nice.
I used elementary education, and I was like, I don't want to be the lace teacher or the lace educator, but I'm gonna say I'm gonna want to be the lace professor. You know what I'm saying? The lace professor, it was sticking. I hurry up and typed it in on Google, it wasn't popping up. I hurry up and typed it in on Instagram, it wasn't popping up. I said, okay, this is the name. This is the name for
Yeah.
me. It's gonna stand out. People are gonna catch on to it quick, and they have been catching on to it. But that's how I incorporate education. I always tell the girls, like, when they get done getting their hair done by me, that you've been educated. You know,
Mm.
edges plus
Nice.
Mm.
education. You
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
now been
Yeah.
educated by the
Yeah.
professor.
I
Like when they
love
come into
that.
me, they don't come into the salon, they come into class.
Yeah.
And if you go on my Instagram, you see it big letters, it says class. Class that represents like the classroom. Like you're
Mm.
coming to get educated, you're coming to learn something from me. You won't leave the chair without learning something, whether it's about me, something in general, something about yourself.
Yeah.
I love
Something you
that.
got to learn something. And it's also class. Like we carry ourselves, the girls that I style, and if they didn't come in before with class, they leave with some class. You know what I'm saying? I
I
let the
love
girls
that.
know, like, this is how you brush your hair in public. This is how you flip it in public. This is how you wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? This is how you keep your curls. Like, just to know how to maintain your hair and keep that look that you get when you come in for your service.
That's
That's
good.
awesome, man.
So,
I love the intentionality behind everything that you're doing. That's incredible.
thank you, thank you. I
Yeah.
I I, I love the how it's all coming together, and it's nothing forced.
Yeah.
It's nothing forced. It all has came so naturally, and I just feel like
Wow.
everything that's happening it's supposed to be happening. I'm not forcing any of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah. Khalil,
You
you mentioned earlier about from childhood, and you wanted to style the doll's hair, and I have my own upbringing too, with being raised with women mostly, and being around dolls and hair and brushes, and just kind of had that part of my life growing up. But it's so believable because you are like such a natural stylist. Like you can just see it in you. Like it's like from the moment I met you at the baseball game, but also just in the way you do your work and the way in the Instagram, and you're putting out incredible work, by the way. Yeah, so you are
Thank
putting
you,
out
babe.
an amazing work, and so
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, yeah, that you have that natural hairdresser in you. Did have a question for you. One thing I
Okay.
wanted to just kind of ask is, so your mom was a inspiration. Did she actually teach you hair stuff?
No,
No.
my mom didn't teach me hair stuff. I think that's just another thing that was in me. Like, just
Yeah.
like when I worked on cars, my grandfather, who I never had a relationship with, worked on cars.
Yeah.
And so
Wow.
when I was in college, when I was trying to make ends meet, the jobs wasn't cutting it. I couldn't stand having somebody over me telling me what to do, because it was like, I know this is the most efficient way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know this
Mm,
is the most efficient way. So you'll tell me to do something one way, and I'll just be like, I could have been done with this so many times ago, but I have to do it this way. And I'm just like, this is not it. I need something to do it my own way. So that's when I started working on brakes and working on alternators and stuff like that on cars, changing oil and stuff like that. But I just think it's something that's instilled in me.
yeah.
Um, And I kind of taught myself, you know, YouTube University will get you to where you need to be if you are somebody who are, you know, ready to take information and just start applying yourself and practicing it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because you're never practice doesn't make perfect.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of that slogan. Practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes you a better version than the person you were yesterday. That's
Yeah.
it. You're
Come
always
on.
trying to reach a letter of a level of better than the
Yeah.
person you were yesterday. So
So
Come
good.
on.
that's kind of how I've been doing the hair industry. Like I don't think I got it all. I don't think I'm the baddest out. Do people be like, Kaleel, you are a bad, you know, bad dude at this hair thing? I'd be like, yeah, thank you so much. But I'm still not, I still don't feel like I'm at 100%. I don't think we will ever be at 100%. And if we're at 100%, then we're not good. You know what I'm
Yeah.
I
saying?
think
We're
that's
not good.
facts, man.
Yeah.
You know, if you're perfect, like I love this quote. It's like, don't be perfect, because if you're perfect, you won't have anyone to relate to. And you know, if you're like, you know, number one, there's no way to be perfect, right? You know,
Right.
we're always, and if we are perfect, then we've already arrived, and then what's the point of like growing anymore? What's the point of like
Exactly.
continue to aspire to enjoy life, and to, you know, live your best life? But I did have a thought while you were talking about your grandfather and your mom. Would you say that, I've got two questions. The first part of this question is, would you say that, you have taken, you know, what your grandfather and what your mother did and kind of taken it to the next level?
Um, yeah, because
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I love
I
that.
would say so. I would say so.
I think that's amazing, and I totally agree with that. Just based on, just a little bit of time that we've gotten to chat and the work that I've seen of yours. But I was just having this conversation with a friend last week, and he his family was like always in construction, but they were just always like struggling to make ends meet. And you know, his dad was in construction after construction job, and it was just sort of a grind, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And my homie is just starting his construction business from like he's totally changing his career, and he's starting a new construction business, but he's redeeming that part of his story where his dad was like struggling to kind of get by. My
Mm-hmm.
friend is like taking it to the next level, right? And so I think it's like really beautiful that you can, you know, take something from your story, from your childhood, from things that you've seen in your past, and you can actually redeem that part of your story by taking it to the next level, taking it to where like you have designed it to be, into where you wanting it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Build that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's yeah, build it up. I really do feel like that's what's happening though.
Yeah.
Um
I think that's
and
amazing.
I really don't feel like it's a grind. You
Yeah.
know,
Right.
at first I kind of felt like it was a grind, but it's kind of just it's just a lifestyle. Like I wake up and it's literally like my daily life. You know what I'm saying? It's not a
Yeah.
grind. It's just like, oh hey, how are you? I'm ready to impact your life today. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
um and I'm ready to instill you with something that's going to provide you with that encore experience, because I do provide encore one-on-one experiences. That's what I call my time. Like you just won't catch me as a stylist who has somebody in the chair, and then there's somebody at the dryer, and there's somebody's way. No, it's an appointment time slot for you and I only.
Okay.
For me to build that
Love
rapport
that.
with you, for me to connect with you on whatever level you need me to connect with. And some people have insecurities. Some people don't want to be getting their hair done around other people. You know, some people
It's
have
true.
like alopecia or hair loss due to other things. You know what I'm saying? But that's just one. Alopecia is more the most, prominent one. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So I love that.
I
You
don't know.
take the time to just one client at a time, encore experience. You spend one on one. You elevate that.
Mhm.
So what would you say it makes the hairdressing experience like encore? Like what exactly?
The hair experience.
Yeah,
Let's see. Um,
I'm putting you on
what
the
makes
spot.
it encore? I know. What makes
Walk
it?
me through it. You greet your client, from the
Oh,
moment they
so
walk.
so the moment they walk in, they are greeted. It's welcome to class. My name
Mhm.
is Professor Joy. Today's lesson will be frontal wig install, because that's what you book. I kind of incorporated kind of like that. Like today's lesson, I go by lessons. Like
Mhm.
on my booking site, it used to have it in sections where it'd be like the units. You know how in school you have units that you learn, like social studies, you'll learn about Civil War this unit, or you'll learn about the Great Immigration this time. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. That's how I do it. It's like this unit is sew-ins, this unit is frontal installs, this unit is silk presses, this unit is frontal ponytails. And that's kind of how I open it up. I say today, we'll learn a lesson about frontal wig install. Yeah. And by the end of this lesson, you will learn that I'm the baddest at installing this frontal wig install. So that's kind of how I build a trust at the first, at the beginning of the appointment. Because a lot of times I have new girls, and I'm gonna have a lot of new girls because I'm a new person to the industry. Yeah. So that's kind of how I start. And then we get right to it. I get their hair before their appointment. So once they get here, your hair is already ready to go, and we just ready to start the service. Now, sometimes I do have late appointment bookings, so I have to do some things the same day. So that when I'm doing things the same day and getting them prepared before we actually start the service, I'm just, communicating with them. And I'm a down to earth person, a very humble guy. So I'm just not like, okay, you have to wait outside, or you can't be in here yet while I get this. I'm just like, we chilling or whatever. You need some water. Just showing great hospitality because I am from the South. Yeah. So, that comes naturally for us. Yeah. But I just start when the service is happening, I braid them down. Usually for a frontal wig install, that's my specialty. If I do say frontal wig install, it's my specialty. That's what the girls love to book. But I start with braiding them down and then putting the cap on.
Like cornrows on the head.
Cornrows, yep, cornrows on the head, straight back, depending on what they're getting. Like if they get a sew-in, then I braid differently. Like I'll braid. It's different braid designs, braid patterns that you use for different styles. Okay. But for a basic frontal wig install, it's just cornrows straight to the back, and you want 8 or more. Okay.
How long does it take you? How long does it take you to braid a head of hair like that?
If I'm just chilling and just braiding, probably like 30, 35 minutes.
No,
but
dang, that's not crazy at all.
That's fast.
No, it's not. It's not crazy at all. But if I want you in and I want you out, I got things to do. I'm trying to keep it at 20 minutes and less. Shoot. 20 minutes or less, and I'm not doing that. But just parting it. It's not for it to be perfect cornrows. It's just like, okay, we just need to make sure it's a number of cornrows to keep it flat. Yeah, because it's gonna be hidden.
Or, sewn. And then you sew it to the cornrow. Is that how you do your installs?
Oh yeah, I sew the cap to the cornrows. I sew the wig to the cornrows. I sew the back with the strap to the cornrows because I want it secure. I want the girls to be able to whip their hair.
Bro, you're taking us to class right now. You know what I mean?
Really?
You're taking us to class right now.
Yeah. So I sew all of that down. Then I use lace glue. Sometimes if it's a glueless install, I just use my True Match Lace Conceal Lace in Place mist, and I just lay the lace in that and then just dry it, and they get a wear out of it until they get it wet or it just becomes loose. But glue, of course, lasts for like 2 to 4 weeks with maintenance, of course. But then I just glue, and I really think the exciting part of the install is the styling and the comb out. Yeah. The comb out is always like okay, girl, we got to capture this. Turn your head to the side, girl. Love it. I'm ready to comb you out using my wide tooth comb. But I think the comb out is kind of the one of the best parts for the install service itself, like the install service itself, but the experience together is, I think, for me, is seeing the client happy and seeing them smile at the end of it. Like, dang, this boy, like she walks in like, hey, how are you? Nice to meet you. And she walk out like, you see the fire together, and their confidence level just goes straight up. Like, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm the charger you've been missing for your battery this whole time.
Bro,
that's fire, dude.
That's good. So, that's an Encore experience. I mean, it sounds like from the moment they walk in, you're educating them, you're showing them what you know, you're telling them what they need to know, you're giving them hospitality, and you're making them feel amazing. So and you're doing that, one individual at a time. So it's like a personal, private experience. That's really cool.
Thank you.
There's so much.
That's kind of how it makes it.
There's so much to unpack there, but like one of the things that stood out to me is how you bring your confidence to the classroom and help calm the nerves of any anxiety that your guest might have in your chair, because I see a lot of new clients as well, and oftentimes new clients have come in and they've had bad experiences with new people in the past, or whatever. Like some people have had legitimate traumatic experiences with their hair. And so
Mhm.
trusting a new person that they've never met is like a really sort of vulnerable thing to do. And I love how you will sort of show that confidence and ease that tension and ease that anxiety. That's a huge thing for young stylists to learn and to do. And it seems like that comes very natural for you.
Yeah, and I tell people all the time, it's not even learning a trade, it's learning yourself and learning your character,
Mm,
because from who you are, you can do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like
wow.
they call me the Jack from where I'm from, because I'm like the Jack of all trades. Like I'm the one who worked on your car. I'm the one who fixed your
Mm-hmm.
girlfriend's hair.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the one who
Yeah.
was greeting you at the door for the for the promotional event that was going on at the club. I'm the one who, put your shelving and TV up at your house the other day. I just do it. I'm the one who taught your daughter how to cheer. I'm the one who did the gymnastics coaching. I'm the one who did the step team in high school, and then you remember me from that. So I'm just all in different areas, but it also just comes from my
That's
my
amazing.
character. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like in every industry, I've always just been open. I've always been a lifelong learner. Like I'm just never like I got it all. I'm ready to learn more. Like what can I learn
Wow.
today? What can make me a better person?
I love that.
That's huge.
Hmm.
Well, Khalil, we've had you for about 20 minutes. It flies. It
It
flies.
flies.
It flies.
Yeah. It's too
I
fast. I want to talk for a couple more hours.
honestly we could.
We could.
But I'm gonna, we keep them closer to. We started at 15 minutes, and now we're like closer to 20, 30 minutes. Because it just
Yeah,
goes. But
yeah.
I'd love for you to just share with anyone watching, like what's coming up for you. What are you most excited about for the next year? Like what's on your radar?
On my radar is a sponsorship with the hair company. I'm about to be teaming up with this hair company, um, and working with them. Promoting them as hair that I love to use, and doing shoots and stuff for them, and creating really dope content.
Okay.
Um, so that's one thing that I'm looking forward to. I'm also looking for another sponsorship with the products I use called True Match Lace Conceal, and working, being one of their educators for how to use their product. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to growing. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to more wealth, more health.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
and what else I'm looking for this year? I
Like,
don't know. I'm looking. I want to land my first celebrity client. Well,
okay.
I've already landed her, but it just didn't go how I wanted it to, because she wanted me to use synthetic hair, and that's
Okay.
not my specialty or a service I provide. But I
Gotcha.
wanted to come through for her since she wanted me. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm.
I need another chance with her before I just let the world know, like, hey, I did this, girl.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. I hear you, bro. I hear you.
yeah,
I hear you. That's huge, man. It's super fun stuff. I'm really
yeah.
excited to hear back about your this company you're working with, and I'm gonna be watching your content, bro. You have me rolling on your promo for your birthday.
Oh,
You're
really?
like, that was so funny.
What you
So
talking about? My birthday almost here.
you're like, no, I'm gonna talk first.
Oh yeah, yeah. Now I'm gonna go first. Yeah, yeah.
It's my
I know
birthday.
which one you're
It's my
talking
birthday.
about.
Happy late
I know which one you're talking about.
birthday. We're gonna
Thank
have
you, thank
we're
you.
we're gonna stay connected. We'll have you back over here and hear about what's going on. Maybe next year, 6 months or whatever. Catch back up with you. I know we got
Okay.
other stuff in the pipeline. I've been talking to you about. We'll see if I can get it off the ground. This whole this before and after video series. So
Don't say. Let me see if let's see if say if we. You need a team.
we that's what
Yes,
that's
we
right.
need
So
to.
we need a
Yes,
team. I need
we need a
help.
team.
So that's what we're
Yes, we need to
working
do that
on.
ASAP.
We're gonna do that. So everybody, stay tuned in the future for some before and after series with all the homies. Bring the
Yeah,
color bully on and some more people.
yeah, yeah. We need
Michael,
all
you
of
got
that.
you got anything for our buddy before we roll out? Oh, your audio cut off, my dog. We love you, Michael. Well, Khalil, you're a man. You've been really inspiring to me. I appreciate you letting us into your
Thank
world
you, Blake.
today. You come say whenever you're at Don's agency, you come say what's up. All right?
I definitely will come and stop by. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Thank you
All
to
right.
everybody. Catch us next week for coffee break.
Bye, guys.
Peace.